Hello guys, Ben here again, and welcome back to the Building a Castle series, how to build a castle. For those of you who noticed, I did expand it a little bit and I changed a few things. This level is actually going to be an armory before I turn it into like a soldier's hall, a soldier's barracks on the next floor. Potentially, no, I think it needs to be a hallway because this is going to extend actually 2 levels because, you know, it's supposed to be a great hall, so high vaulted ceiling type thing. So this is actually going to extend 2 floors, and it's going to look quite nice. And this will be like an armory, and then a barracks before it turns into a proper. No, it will need to be a hallway, and there are going to be some barracks and stuff like that. This is actually, I was tempted to make this part the armory, but this one needs to be the hallway because that's why I planned it to be. So this is going to be like a kitchen area. This is actually going to be kind of part of the defensive unit. Not only is this the actual proper entrance to the keep, but so is this. This is just an added defensive layer. They're going to have to go through a very narrow choke point, a bridge of sorts. And from that narrow choke point, this is actually going to have a top on it. And it's going to have like murder holes and all that. And it's actually going to be a tower that's part of the keep. And it's important to know about that part. Oh, goodness gracious. And I'm dealing with chickens, of course. Really? There we go. I can get rid of those now. Yay! So, anyway, one of the things we're going to do is this is going to be kind of the stairwell to get up, because you're going to have to go, you know, a lot of different ways. And also because this is a great hall, we're going to need to put an entrance somewhere. And I suggest probably here is probably the most logical place to put the entrance. Or wait, I'm sorry, that's the kitchen. This is just the armory. Derp. There will actually, I will put an entrance into the armory here. But the main usage is going to be from here. Or perhaps I can make this barracks on the next level. The main stairwell will be here, and this will just be a hallway. I think that's probably what it's going to be. But I will need to put an armory in somewhere, so perhaps this will be, this tower will have an armory on one level. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to do this. And guys, please, seriously, 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 please plan this, like, stuff like this out first. So for the next level, I think it needs to go up on the corners first. I want it to go this way, so normally this one will be like that, but so that you can get behind it. I'm doing it like this. And one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up the 4, because I'm going to do my standard floor height on these. Which my standard thing height is 3.5. Okay, there we go. There we go. And it allows some nice height. And this is about what your cross sections should look like on your spiral staircases. They're nice, they're big, they have a lot of room and all that. I'm actually going to put this here. But one of the things I'm also going to do is, actually, let's put this on a different part. That way, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter which way the door is, but okay, and let's put this here. And this is just to show where these are. And don't worry, I'm going to go through and put some columns and support systems, stuff like that. I'm debating whether or not I should use stairs or slabs. Let's use slabs. No. Stairs it is. No. And actually I need to bring this level, this entire thing up one more, just so I know where I need to bring it to. Because the top is going to be I'm just doing that so that I can put that there on the proper level. And there we go. Brilliant. Did that, and it just needs to get one higher actually. And I should replace that with that. Ta-da! Oh, oops. Oops. Trying to, okay, so that actually needs to go there. And, nope. There you go. And actually, really? I can't put one there? Okay. Oops. There we go. And you can still walk down that. And we're going to put these here, because that is the level we need to be on. There we go. And actually one of the things I want to do is that, and actually since this needs to be a hallway, I know that isn't perfect as a way of getting there, but it's a way. Oops, wrong thing. So yeah, I did go through and I filled all this in. Now what I'm doing is we're going to show you the levels, and guys, don't furnish it until you finish, but never build the exterior without planning the interior. And that's actually one of the biggest mistakes I see people making, is building the entire exterior in a way that's pleasant, and then they get hosed with the interior having too little space or too much space, or nothing's really planned out and they can't make an interior. So the way I do it is, of course, now I'm debating, because I'm debating whether or not to make this part a tower or a room. because this can also be used as a defensive measure. So for example, I can do this. And guess what? You've got murder holes now. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm debating whether or not I want to put like a bridge of sorts or an interior room, which you know what? I'm probably going to do that because it adds an extra defensive feature and it allows me to put a lot of stuff on top. Now, and this is one of the few styles where torches are acceptable as a lighting technique. I'm also debating whether or not I want to build like a neoclassical style house or something. This can actually be a balcony, or maybe I'll make it a room. I'm not entirely sure. Or this could be the Lord's dais. Yeah, that's probably what I might actually make this the Lord's dais. And this can be like the Lord's chambers on top here, right over the kitchen. That way they'll always know when breakfast is. Yeah, that's probably what I may... That may exactly be what I do. And actually, I'm going to make an archway. And let's get the log here. There we go. Yeah, that's exactly what this is going to be. This is going to be like the Lord's dais. Lord's chambers will be here. As you can see, planning this stuff out is actually quite difficult to do correctly. And oftentimes you're going to need to be very, very, very aware of where you're placing blocks, how you're placing blocks. And you also have to remember that your castles need to get narrower as you go up. As your castle gets taller, you need to start paring it back, having fewer and fewer rooms. So you can't just build straight, tall monoliths. Like, you have to look at this. This is starting to get tall, but not too tall because I can add, like, a layer of support and all that. And I can add, like, flying buttresses. But this isn't going to be, like, Gothic style, so to speak. But one of the most important things you have to remember is always plan it out. And I don't always do this because I like to improv a lot. But if you're going to be building with a specific plan or in a specific style, you really do need to plan it out. Okay, so there we go. There's the hallway for this level. Or actually, I'm sorry. This is actually a barracks level because I forgot that Lord's dais and then the chamber. Which I kind of like the way I'm doing this Great Hall. This is technically an extension of the Great Hall. I kind of like that. You also notice how dark this is going to get. So one of the things I'm more than likely going to do is I'm going to light it up. And when I go through and furnish it, actually I'm going to go ahead and grab the light right now. Let's get rid of the spruce dwarf right now. And one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and properly light all of this. When we go ahead and get done, because it's going to be extremely important to make sure everything is lit. Lit as fuck. And if this is one of your survival bases, you definitely need to make sure. I believe I have this world set to peaceful, but since most survival servers are not, you're not going to be able to. Now, this is where I'm going to end it, and this is actually a barracks. So of course we're going to put a door in there. There we go. So the barracks is right above the armory, the barracks for the soldiers. And we've already got 2 stairwells. I'm debating how to put a balcony on here for the Lord. Probably it's going to be in this corner area. The kids are going to be on other levels. Now you also want to go up like at least onto the 2nd floor before you put in any windows, or at least any like serious windows. The first level should always be, if you put any openings in the wall, it needs to be arrow slits. Anything else is, not only is it any seriously large windows are a sign that you're not really building a castle, you're building a palace. Because in a castle, defense is probably the primary. Well, not probably is. It definitely is the only primary concern that you should be building for. And actually, this is going to be okay. The only way to get to this is going to be it's going to be like a solar. This isn't going to be a solar. This is going to. The Lord's not going to have access. The only way to get into this part is to be from this part. And how best to do that? Let's put that there. Let's put those there. And remember, this part is partially look nice, but the reason why I'm building it like this is because, guess what? Now we've got an extra room that we can add on. This is just so I know where the level is going to be. And again, we're putting the murder holes in. And one of the things I'm going to do is, now that I absolutely for sure, actually what I'm going to do, because this is going to be a huge stairwell up, onto this part. There we go. There we go. And bingo. There we go. And let me grab my trap doors. Now they all look like they go the same way, but they open different directions. I think it's a little silly the way that works, but it's just the mechanic. I'll make sure that, like I said, I'm going to go through. It's actually going to, okay. This is just that I have extra room on this. How do I want to do this? Actually, looks like putting this here. Yeah. Yeah, this is probably the best way to do it. Because I do need those to support that. You know what? That's how I'm going to do it. And you know what? Who cares if it looks like that? Because that actually keeps a consistent theme. actually, I can do with this, well, okay. And we're going to place these like this. Though I'm debating whether or not I should... yeah, that probably works the best. This is like halfway between a hoarding and something else. And what I'm going to do is, because this level is done, this is as far as it's going to go, because the next level is actually going to bring something onto that. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to carry this up. Let's go ahead and light this up and get the second floor done in this episode, because I'm bouncing around like crazy. So what we're going to do is, this is a kitchen that's supposed to have free access. Okay. So not every passageway and corridor needs a door, only to certain things like the armory, stuff like that. I'm not going to put the dungeon in the keep. There will be a dungeon in this castle, because those are kind of necessary. Okay, so we've got that one done, and that is actually the second floor completed. So this is what our castle looks like on the second floor. The reason why I haven't done a second floor here is because it needs to go higher on the Great Hall. I may put a lighthouse somewhere, just as like a quick one-off, how to build a lighthouse. And this is what it looks like from here. And this is what it looks like from over here. Anyway, thank you guys for watching.